This is a section on breathing. While we've been paying attention to breathing throughout all of the exercises, we've been predominantly using the belly breath or the abdominal breath, so that as you breathe in, the belly extends, and as you breathe out, you pull it into the body. And that breath alone is very soothing and comforting to the whole body, relaxing physically as well as focusing the mind and calming the mind. But in addition to the belly breath, there's another breath called the three-part breath, or the full yogic breath, in which you use three separate parts of the lungs, starting in the belly. And so the belly extends out. And what happens is that causes the diaphragm, which is a big dome-shaped muscle, to draw down, and that pulls the air into the lower lobes of the lungs. So as you extend the belly up, the diaphragm pulls down and you fill the lower lobes. In the three-part breath, we go on from there and move into the ribs and expand the ribs open, creating space between the ribs and letting them lift, filling this part of the chest with as much air as possible. And then we complete the breath by adding air into the upper chest, so that as we breathe in, we work the belly, then the ribs, and the upper chest in a complete full breath. And to breathe out, we release the belly into the body, and then let the ribs close and come together, and let all the rest of the air out of the upper chest, so that it's a complete breath, three-part breath, full yogic breath, so that with each breath in, the lung capacity expands, and with each breath out, all of the air is withdrawn from the lungs, giving a wonderful exchange of air. So doing the three-part breath is not only physically relaxing, but mentally relaxing as well. And a very good time to practice is when you lie down in bed at night and get ready to go to sleep. You can start with the abdominal breathing and then move on to either practice each section independently or put them all together in the three-part breath. So to do this, I'll lie down on my back. Bend my knees. And I like to tuck my shoulder blades underneath by pressing in with my elbows and tucking my shoulder blades to help open the chest. From here, I will focus on the abdominal area only. And so I'm going to let my belly rise as I breathe in, and then pull back into the body as I breathe out. Inhaling, exhaling. So I'll take 3 breaths in a row. After the next breath in, I'm going to let the belly rise, and then I'm going to shift the focus to the ribs and draw the ribs out to the side, separating the space between the ribs. My belly will go in a little bit, but I don't worry about it anymore. I just focus on the ribs. Once the ribs are as extended as possible, I'll fill the chest with air, and it looks like this. Emptying my lungs first, and breathing in. Now ribs. Now the rest of the chest. So now we'll combine those 3 parts into a smooth, continuous movement. Starting with the belly, then coming into the ribs, and then into the upper chest as I breathe in, emptying the belly,
emptying the ribs as they close and come together, letting the upper chest lower down. And with the belly, ribs, chest, so it may be best to practice the belly separately and then the ribs. In order to practice with the ribs, you can take the hands to close the ribs and just try breathing into the ribs, letting the hands open to the sides and lift up. You can also practice into the upper chest, up into the way upper lobes of the lungs. And by practicing each part separately, then you combine the three parts together. So I'll turn over and sit up.
Once you know what to practice, then you can practice anytime on your own. A very good time to practice is as you're going to sleep at night. You can start with the belly breathing and get that going. You can work on the ribs and the upper chest and then combine them all together. Chances are you won't be able to do very many of the breaths before you drop off to sleep, because the full yogic breathing is so relaxing and so soothing mentally that it quiets you and relaxes you physically as well, helping you to get a good night's sleep. So it's an excellent time to practice.